Good evening and welcome to a new weekly edition of the Betting Connection podcast. We didn't record one last week, and for those that were worried that I was MIA with my wife and my son on the other side of the world, that's not the case. I'm alive and well. It's just we decided to have a break amongst international break as there wasn't a lot of football to talk about. I am here today with my co-host Rob, though, and we are recording our 30th episode, our 30th weekly
Woo!
episode of the season. Rob, 30 and going. How you doing?
Unbelievable. Almost getting close to my age now. So
Yeah, a little bit longer.
a little bit long, not that long, but it's fine. Yeah, didn't can't believe that it's already the 30th. But yeah, let's keep it going. I like it. So it's going well. What do
I
you
think
think
it, I
about
think
it?
it'll be pre-season by the time we get to my birthday.
No, it's not even that much longer either. We're quite close. So, yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Seen the Holland matches against Spain. So that was quite
Yeah,
interesting.
crazy. Good matches, no?
Yeah, finally, after a long while, we finally saw some entertaining football from the national squad. So yeah, that's very positive news at the moment. And too bad that they got out on penalties. And it seems to be that every country feels like they always lose at the very end. But I thought about it, and it's just normally just one winner. So there's so many losing teams in such a crazy way every 2 to 4 years. So everyone feels that.
Yeah.
Everyone has that story.
Yeah, I think everyone, apart from probably Germany, I think
Exactly.
everyone's had a history of bad penalty shootout stories. Spain went a long time with a bad penalty shootout record, as did England. England has improved in more recent years, and now Holland are starting to feel the pain.
I think in Holland we have two classic ones that everyone knows. We have the one from Clarence Seedorf for the national squad. And then we have the one from Jaap Stam. And I think they are still looking for those balls. Like no one knows where they ended up.
They're still in orbit somewhere.
Some,
So, okay, well, yeah, international break. I mean, I'll be honest, I never really watch England play unless it's a World Cup or Euros. I don't really watch the qualifiers. Maybe if it's a big game against a big team, maybe, but not really. I have to say, though, I did catch a little bit of both of England games. One, because I am absolutely home alone, and the other is because I've got quite an interest with the whole MLS Declan Rice. It was, yeah, I was interested to see it and a bit of Arsenal interest. And yeah, it was all right. And obviously, Tuchel starting. So yeah, I was wanting to see what it was all about. And it wasn't too bad.
okay, okay. So maybe we have some good stories for next World Cup that's coming up. We have some good teams.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Let's quickly, obviously, we didn't record one as we mentioned last week. The week before that, we had some good picks that week, actually. We had Nottingham Forest, if you remember, Nottingham Forest and Wolves were both even or better.
Yeah.
I did mention as well good prices. I never backed them, but I did mention good prices for Fulham at home to Spurs and United away at Leicester. I thought they were both good prices. Didn't want to back them, but they did both win. We also had Leverkusen on another one of those kind of last season comebacks. So there were some good wins, but one we got completely wrong. Well, I got completely wrong was FC Twente at home to Feyenoord. And you also mentioned under goals, and it ended up being 6-2 to Feyenoord. So completely got that one wrong.
Yeah, that was yeah the first real result from Robin van Persie as a coach. I think definitely as a Feyenoord coach. And it was definitely a statement because FC Twente is also chasing down those third place for the qualification spots. And now Feyenoord just stood up, banged in some couple of goals, and Paschal was on fire in that match. I think they scored like twice in the first 10 minutes already. So yeah, very good game for
I think
Feyenoord.
I think Van Persie must have had his ears burning when I was on this pod talking about him and questioning his ability as a coach. and then he shut me up and turned it on with with a 6 goal special. But I suppose it was just another topsy-turvy weekend, and it's been a bit like that. Talking about 30 episodes we've recorded, the first half of those we were banging them in and making a lot of money, and the second half has been more kind of even, slightly in profit. And again, it's the same as that weekend. The last weekend, it was kind of just about in profit, but silly little losses as well. We had the Italian double with Roma and Napoli, and Napoli let us down, and PSG and Brest didn't get the win. So, and I think Bayern Munich was the one again on the Big Gun Acca that let us down. So, yeah, some weird results that stop us from having really good weekends at the moment. But I suppose not losing money is still a good thing when it's not all landing for us.
Exactly, exactly. Breaking even. And I think, yeah, maybe this week is another week that we can get some good winners.
Yeah, let's talk about this week then. It's all back domestically after the international break. England, though, it's FA Cup weekend. In fact, there's a Premier League round during midweek next week, but it is FA Cup. We don't normally bet on FA Cup. Is that the case again this week, or have you got any insights or leans for the FA Cup, or staying away as usual?
Yeah, I'm staying away. Not sure about the results in the FA Cup always. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it and focus on domestic league football across Europe.
I'm really interested in the FA Cup this year. Now it's at the quarterfinals. We've mentioned it before. It's just some interesting teams that I'd love to see lift the trophy. You've got Fulham that I'd like to see win it. Bournemouth, potentially Forest or Brighton. Any one of these teams, if they were to manage to pull off an FA Cup win, it would be fantastic.
It
And
would
they're
be.
all in it. Yeah, it would be. Although Man City is still there, but away at Bournemouth and Man City. This is how far they've fallen. Man City are 2.4 to win against Bournemouth. I mean, you wouldn't have been getting those odds this time last season.
No, no way, no way. But this season, yeah, I wouldn't touch it, to be honest. Are
No,
you,
I
do
won't.
you lean? Do you lean
No,
towards
no,
City?
I probably lean towards Bournemouth actually. 2.8, slight underdogs. Bournemouth at home. But no, I can't call it. Aston Villa away at Preston. That's the shortest of the weekend. I am actually going to put Villa on the Student Acca. There is the one I'm leaning towards a little bit is actually Brighton at home to Nottingham Forest. They are favourites, 1.8, quite commanding favourites as well, actually. Nottingham Forest at 4.10. So that might catch some people's attention, especially after, wasn't it Forest that smashed Brighton's for 6 not that long ago in the league? But that was at Forest. But the reason that I'm leaning towards Brighton is one that Wood is a massive doubt. I think he's probably out. And all these teams are playing for something in the Premier League, but not as much as Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest are, really pushing for that top three, even top two, but certainly top four position to get in the Champions League. Everyone's playing in midweek. If there's one team out of all these that I would consider maybe prioritising midweek over this weekend, it probably would be Forest. So I am leaning towards Brighton at 1.80, but it's just a lean.
Okay, okay. Sounds good.
So, well, let's move on then. Let's go to the Netherlands because this weekend is the big one. Rob, Ajax, 6 points, top of the league, and they are playing away at PSV. What do you think?
Um, I can't call this match, to be honest. I think it's a must win for PSV. It's definitely not a must win for Ajax. I think that good thing to keep in mind when you want to bet this match is that although PSV is big favorite, Farioli seems to manage and find something tactical to keep getting results in the big matches in Holland. So he already got wins against Feyenoord. He already got wins against PSV when they were unexpected. So if somebody's leaning towards PSV, I would definitely watch out. And I think the value must be on Ajax because not favorites even, but they keep on surprising. So I'm on that side now. What do you think about that match?
I've got no idea. I thought PSV were a little bit short, 1.67, to be honest. There's definitely value in Ajax of 4.5, but Ajax will certainly be happy with a draw. So you imagine that if it is a draw with 15 minutes left, Ajax are not going to push for that winner. So I would stay away from it.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Mostly there are a lot of goals as well, but Ajax is a different kind of team at the moment. So not even backing the goals in this one.
Okay. Anything else in the Eredivisie?
No, to be honest, I think Feyenoord is quite short to go at Eagles. I saw some very short prices on the second division, but to be honest, I don't really like anything. I don't fancy anything in the Eredivisie.
No,
I
me neither, actually. Me neither. I found it very difficult to pick anything there. What about second division?
second division, I just saw Excelsior, but they're quite short, playing at home, chasing promotion spots, and they're playing against young FC Utrecht. They are standing in last place, so it's a must win, but kind of short for 1.25. I found it, but not even gonna make it on the Big Gun Acca because Excelsior's not that kind of big gun, to be honest.
Okay, so we've got nothing really in England. We've got nothing really in the Netherlands. What about Spain? Have you got anything in Spain?
Spain, let me check, let me check. I do have something in.
Because I haven't. I've got nothing neither in Spain. I started because obviously we always start in this order, don't we? England, Netherlands, Spain. And by the way, guys, it does get better. I do have some official picks as we go through, but Spain, yeah, I didn't really find anything.
I like Athletic Club at home against Osasuna for 1.5. And I
Okay.
like Barcelona and Real Madrid for the Big Gun Acca. And yeah, Atletico might be a bit short at 1.5. But then again, Osasuna is playing tonight.
Wait, yeah,
Already.
Athletic Bilbao, what are they? 1 point, what they see, 1.5, you say?
Yeah,
1.5. Yeah, Osasuna, they're a better home team than they are away team, to be honest. Osasuna, they haven't won against anybody away from home in the top half. So, in fact, they've only won one away match all season, Osasuna. So, they've had some good results at home. But away from home, it's a different story. Bilbao are in really good form. I do like that one as well. It was a bit short. I thought it might have been a bit better, but it's certainly a good one to put onto Accas and doubles.
exactly. You can double it with Barcelona win at home against Girona, who's not the best team when they're playing away from home. So, or Real Madrid, they are playing, I think, on Saturday, and they're playing against, let me check, double check. Not sure. Here I have it against Leganes. So that's
Look
also
at
a
theirs.
must win for them.
What odds have we got for Barcelona?
Let me,
Barcelona 1.27. So I think we will have just about even money for the double there. I think for Bilbao and Barcelona. I think we'll lock that one in though.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll go and get the exact odds on that in a second. Have you got any? Because Barcelona are winning right now, actually, with two Osasuna. So Osasuna are continuing their bad away form. That's 2-0 right now as we speak. I really imagine Barcelona to get the job done at the weekend as well. So yeah, so Barcelona, let me just lock this in. Barcelona and Bilbao. We've got 1.9. 1.9. So let's call it a 1.9 value double locked in.
okay. We still
Okay.
found
That's it for
something.
Spain.
That's it for Spain.
Okay. Right. Let's move to Italy. I know you like Italy. I'm sure you've got a pick for us in Italy.
Of course, of course. And we're going again for AS Roma, the team that we've been backing for quite a while now. Definitely after the coaches carousel happened to their team with the new coach. It's going very well. They're first in the form table. They're seventh in the league standing, but chasing down those European spots. And they're playing against Leche. Leche means milk, right, in Spanish. So,
It does. It does.
so they're 18th in form table. They are losing their last four games on the road. Just managed to get a 0-0 draw against Monza. Um, so for me, it's for 1.85 as Roma away win against Lecce.
Incredible value. Incredible value. Mentioned at the start of the pod, there's been teams quite regularly letting us down. Napoli, last time out, have
Hmm.
done in the past as well. One team that has not let us down recently is AS Roma. Like you say, absolute form team, won six in a row. And I just think this is a really good price. They've been hit. When you look at the thing is, you've got to take it with two halves of the season with Roma because from when Ranieri came in, because when you look at it overall, and I think this is why they still get priced the way they do, because when you look at it overall, their away form, it's not amazing. But if you just take it more recently, certainly since the start of this calendar year, it's been very good. So I think that's where sometimes the bookies are just going on overall like average points per away game. And I think there's value here, 1.85. I can't knock it. It's a hard case to see for Lecce. Like you say, four in a row they've lost. Well, only one win in the last eight. Struggled against poor teams as well. Yeah, and it's Roma all the way. Let's continue it. Let's make it seven on the trot.
Let's go as Roma.
Let's go as Roma. Anything else? That's by the way, that's my pick as well for Serie A. Did you have anything else?
Yes, I'm taking a better look at Bologna, and they are doing amazingly, and they have to play against Venezia, second to last in the league table. If you look at Bologna, they are just winning at the moment, and not even against the worst teams. They got a win against AC Milan in one of the last four wins. Also 5-0 wins against Lazio. And yeah, if you look at Venezia, there's been last four games, there's been draws, but also against Atalanta, Napoli, and Lazio. So it's a tough match, but for 1.8, I think it's a good price for Bologna win away from home against Venezia.
Yeah, I think I did look at this one. Venezia are a bit of a draw happy team. I think draw four in a row. And two of those draws were to Napoli and Lazio. And I was just like, oh, that's enough for me to see that they can get a maybe a skanky draw in this one. But you're right, Bologna are in amazing form. So I think it's a good shout, and it's just one on value rather than a lock-in result. But certainly, I mean, Bologna are only second to Roma in the form table. Yeah, like it's I like it for value, definitely. I like it for value. I think Venezia could skank a draw out of it, but
Exactly.
yeah, I still think it's good value. 1.85. You've got to take the odds.
Yep. So, and I
God,
think I have one
God.
more for the Big Gun Acca, and that's
Oh.
Inter against Udinese, but we'll come to that later.
Yeah, I was I had Juventus in the student Acca, and then I took it off because Juventus have been really disappointing. If you remember how long they went, they hadn't even lost a game, but they just drew so many, lost a lot of doubles and Accas and stuff throughout the season. So kind of lost trust in them. And I kind of like Juventus to win this match, even though they lost the last two, and they got spanked as well. They lost 3-0 to Fiorentina,
Mm.
4-0 to Atalanta. But when you look at Genoa, they lose against the best teams, especially away from home. So I did fancy it, but I put them on, then I took them off because I just can't trust Juventus.
Yeah, and it's even harder with the international break as well. So it's a little bit more unpredictable this weekend. But then again, yeah, what's the price on Juventus?
About 1.5, yeah, 1.53.
That's too short for me.
It's too short, isn't it? I think, yeah. For certainly, I mean, like I say, I just don't trust them. I feel like Genoa don't do enough. If you look at their results against the top teams, even at their home place, they never win. Occasionally get a draw, but they never win. So I do fancy Juve, but yeah, 1.5, it's not worth it, I don't think. So, okay, so let's move on to Germany. This is a place that I do tend to like some picks recently. It's done me quite well recently, Germany. And I do have another play in Germany, and
Enlighten
it
us.
is our friends Freiburg.
Mm.
Freiburg. Now, Freiburg are one of those teams that we've spoke about many times that we like them when they play at home, and they're playing at home. Who they play at home against? Union Berlin. Now, Union Berlin, right? Do you know what revels are, Rob? Do you get revels in the
Yeah.
Netherlands? Look, yeah.
Yeah. Hertha
So,
Berlin.
sorry?
Who's their rivals? Hertha Berlin?
Who against Freiburg? Yeah, Union Berlin, yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
no, I'm saying that the chocolate revels, not rivals, revels,
oh
right? There's a chocolate called revels, the little balls of chocolate. Have you ever seen them? Do you get them over there?
no, I haven't. No,
No,
I haven't.
right? So what we say, when I always say, "Oh, this team's a mixed bag," right? There's a quote, right, and it's famous by Paul Merson. You know Paul Merson. So every
Yeah.
time he's talking about team where you don't know what you're going to get, well, Revels are these little chocolate balls, and they have different fillings inside them. So a little pack, chocolate balls, got different fillings in them. You don't know what you're going to get. So when you have a team like Union Berlin, you go, "Oh, they're like a pack of Revels." They're like a pack of Revels. You don't know what you're going to get. So Union Berlin are just typical for this. They're so random with their results. It's crazy, right? So get this. This is their last four away matches, Union Berlin. They win away at Eintracht Frankfurt. Fantastic result. Before that, they lost 6-0 away at Dortmund, a Dortmund team that have been struggling. Then before that, they won 4-0 away at Hoffenheim. And then before that, they lost 3-0 away at Sao Paulo. You were no good. So it's like literally, Packer Evans, you do not know what you're going to get. So I'm just going to back the hometown. I'm going to back Freiburg on the fact that it's Freiburg. They're playing at home. They've only lost 2 at home all season, one of them being Bayern Munich. And they are unbeaten in 7. They have drawn their last 3 matches. And going back to Union Berlin and, you don't know what you're going to get. Well, the last time, I can say last week, but last game, they actually drew with Bayern Munich. That was the game, remember, that we talked about before on the Big Gun Acca. So I don't know. Union Berlin are completely random. But you know what? Freiburg are even money. And when Freiburg are even money at home against a team that could serve you up probably a 4-0 win or a 6-0 loss, I'm just going to take the even money bet with Freiburg, who are pretty damn good at home. So that is my pick. And yeah, go Freiburg. And look, this is either going to be one of those games where you're going to win and you're going to have a cash out by half time, or it's going to be a Robin van Persie on me, and it's going to be embarrassing. So it's going to go either way. But you know what? That's why it's even money. So let's just go for it. I reckon there's a better than a 50-50 chance on Freiburg, and you're basically going 50-50 on the odds. So that good enough reason for me.
You sold it to me. You sold it to me.
There we go.
Let's go.
Freiburg to beat the Pack of Rebels.
Let's go.
Anything else? I imagine that you've got a couple of teams in your Big Gun Acca from the Bundesliga, or are you staying away?
I have one of the 2 buyers or Bayerns. Depends on how I look at it.
Well, I imagine with Bayern Munich kind of letting us down a couple of times, I think it might be the other one.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to fade Heidenheim. Anyone that's listened to this show knows that that's the biggest play of the season. But home to Wolfsburg, it's just a bit short, 1.65. Wolfsburg are like draw specialists as well. You can just imagine a draw here. And Heidenheim actually have kind of got a couple of okay results recently as well. So I just think at 1.65 is a bit short. I think if you like it enough, you can play it with something else. Maybe I do fancy Wolfsburg to win the match, but no, I'm not gonna play it. And they've drawn four in a row at home, Wolfsburg. So I wouldn't be surprised that Heidenheim sneak a draw there.
No,
So so that's me for the Bundesliga. We're getting through these fairly rapidly, Rob. Let's go to France. Do you have anything in France?
no, nothing in France either. Do you have anything that you like
I
in
do
France?
actually. I do. I do. And I'm
Yeah, tell us
surprised that
more.
you don't have the same because you a few weeks ago, your whole strategy it felt like for that part of the season was to be fading teams.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That's
true.
true. And what team have we faded loads in the Ligue 1 this season? It is Montpellier.
Yeah,
Montpellier, who are bottom, rock bottom, yeah, 15 points.
yeah,
15 points. This
unbelievable.
is this is Southampton level poor. And although they're playing Auxerre, not a team that you normally go cashing out, going to the bank machine to withdraw loads of money to whack on, or they're not normally top of the list. But like I say, this is all about fading Montpellier. Montpellier have lost six in a row. Like I say, they sit bottom of the table on 15 points. Well, they're okay-ish. Like they're more or less mid-table, just a little bit under. They've only actually lost two in the last eight, so it's not like terrible, terrible form. And yeah, they more or less get the job done at home, especially against lower level teams. They've not lost to anybody in the bottom half at home, winning most of them. Montpellier, worst team. Yeah,
Yeah,
gonna go
definitely.
all there for a win here.
Yeah, sounds good. I didn't know why missed that one. But if
Yeah, I
we
thought
look
you
at
would have. I thought you would have seen it. And Montpellier, like just to double down on how bad Montpellier, they've scored the least goals and they've conceded the most goals in the
yeah,
league.
I just
You
see a
know,
sea of red losses in the
yeah,
matches.
they're just honestly terrible. They've lost every single match except one away from home, which is to Toulouse. Toulouse. I mean, how Toulouse must be really embarrassed when they look at that. They've lost every other away match. So
Is,
let's hope that Auxerre get the job done here.
do you think it has something to do with the name, Toulouse?
Well, to lose or not to lose, but they certainly lost that one, and stands out like a sore thumb in a sea of red when you look at the away games that Montpellier have played this season. And look, you're getting odds here of 1.75. It was I looked at this yesterday. I did this yesterday as 1.85. I haven't put my bets on for the weekend yet. I should have done. It was 1.85 yesterday. It's already dropped to 1.73. So I think the bookies and some big sharks out there have already got their hands on this one. So it's already dropped by quite a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still in good value. It's still in value range. So 1.73. We'll still have it.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds very good.
Okay. Let's move on. That's it, really. So we've got a few picks there, but nothing outrageous. Have you
I
got
have one
anything
more.
else? You've got one more. Which division is that?
Yeah, which country? We're going to
Portugal.
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 I do like Braga.
Braga.
Braga at home against Arauco. Braga is having quite a good season at the moment. They're winning a lot of matches. They're in fourth place, joint third with Porto. Um, and for 1.65, I found them. I found the price was just right. I think it's a must win to keep on chasing for European spots in Portugal. And yeah, that's my pick in Portugal this week.
Okay. That's
Something
different.
different.
Yeah, we started off the season doing a bit of Portugal and then kind of came off a little bit. I don't look at it too heavily, but But
Yeah, it
yeah,
was a
okay.
strange season, to be honest, in Portugal, with a lot of strange results from the bigger clubs. Sporting went off crazy with Amorim. Then they changed the manager. Then there were a lot of losses and draws as well. Same for Porto. It's a little bit different, but I think the big teams are finding their form and they're raking up the wins again. So take a look at the big teams in Portugal this weekend as well.
Okay. Will do, will do. Let's move on then, Rob, to the fun section where we do either a top five or a knockout. I wonder what you've got for me today.
Yes, we got another top five, and this time it's from one of your favorite leagues. We're going for players who are not German, but they have played in the Bundesliga.
Okay, so non-German Bundesliga players.
Yes.
Okay,
And
go.
we're gonna start off, I think you know him, Zé Roberto.
Uh,
You remember him?
yeah, I do.
Bayern
I do, I
München,
do. Brazilian, no? Brazilian?
Brazilian, left. I
Yeah.
think he played on the left everywhere.
Uh, God. Um, four.
Okay, I'll make it easier for you then now. Okay, then we go Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
I mean, he left Arsenal with a bit of a bitter taste,
I
but
know.
in Germany for Dortmund, he was outrageous, wasn't he?
He was, he was.
He was outrageous. I don't know where you can go with this. I'm trying to think. So you're going to probably say you're probably going to say Harry Kane, for example, and okay, I'm going to go three.
Okay, James Rodriguez.
Hmm. I feel like this guy's potential is higher than what he reached.
Yeah, he got an
He
80
had that,
million transfer or something on the World Cup.
yeah, he had that amazing World Cup, didn't he? He had
Yeah,
so much potential, but no, I'm going to have to put him at five.
okay. I think you picked right then. Then we have Arjen Robben.
Depends who you're going to pick next, doesn't it? You could
Okay, I'm gonna
go.
make
You're
it
going
easier
to
for you.
go. You're
I'm
going
gonna
to
pick.
go. No, I know who you're going to go. Well, I know one of the two you're going to go. You're going to go with Lewandowski or Harry Kane as the last two,
No,
as the
I'm
last
going
one.
for Frank Ribery. I'm giving it up.
Oh, you're going to give me a clue. Okay, in that case, I'm going to go Robin number one and Ribery two.
Okay, you don't have Scarface on number one?
Scarface is not number one, although it's one of my favourite films. It's not one of my favourite players. Absolutely fantastic player, don't get me wrong. But no, Arjen Robin was more my style.
Okay, okay. You choose the Dutchie. Woo!
I quite like it. I quite like that one. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, all right. Okay, let's move on to the Accas then, Rob. Are you going to start with your Big Gun Acca?
Yeah, Big Gun Acca time. I'm having a eightfold even. We're going for it this weekend. We was a week away. Now we're going for it. Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, Inter, Bayer Leverkusen, Benfica, Sporting Lisbon, Celtic, and Rangers. You can find the seventh of this eightfold for 7.04.
7.04.
Yeah, I kind of like this one. It's
It's a apart from Leverkusen, that is a real classic Big Gun Acca. That is Real Barça. Inter, Benfica and Sporting and Celtic and Rangers, kind of the two big uns in each one, each country, yeah.
Yeah, and I think from the Scottish, they need to perform. Celtic had that loss against Rangers, and Rangers had that win against Celtic. So both should be motivated and in form to get the job done.
Okay, with the Student Acca it's not much higher. Student Acca is at odds of 11.35
Okay.
and it's only a fivefold though. So, okay, let's try and get this in. We've got, this is really random five. I don't think you could handpick a more random five teams than this. Aston Villa in the FA Cup, as I mentioned earlier, away to Preston. I am going to put Wolfsburg in there. So I can't. I don't feel like I can finish a weekly pod without fading Heidenheim. So we've got got to get Wolfsburg in there. I'm going to go and put AS Roma onto the Student Acca, even though it's a value pick. Just they don't let us down recently. Marseille, Marseille are on there, and then Doncaster. Doncaster Rovers. Doncaster Rovers are playing a team. I think they're second from bottom, the team they're playing, but they're in good form, Donny. So really random. Aston Villa, Wolfsburg, Roma, Marseille, and Doncaster.
I think you cracked the code now. This is the one.
I don't know, man. Anything will do. Anything will do. So, so bet of the week, Rob. You haven't really given yourself much to choose from, but what is going to be your bet of the week?
Ah, hey, you don't need a lot to make a lot of money. So I'm
Exactly.
going
No,
for
actually,
ah,
I'd like just on that point, just before you tell us your bet of the week, Rob. That's very true. That's actually very true. Like sometimes it's quite regular that I make more money when I bet on less.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
just get a couple of get find the winners out of less picks, and obviously it can work out to be a better unit play. So with that in mind, let's smash it this week. Let's get a high percentage of these wins. And your bet of the week is
AS Roma.
it has to
Of
be.
course, they can't let us down at the moment. So good price, team in good form, playing against a team that's not in a great form. So as Roma, it's my pick of the week.
Yes,
0.85.
Roma. So, as much as I kind of like the price of Freiburg at even money, with Union Berlin being the pack of rebels they are, it can't possibly be my bet of the week because I don't want to get Van Persie. I've now turned Van Persie into a verb, by the way, so that's cool. And I'm going to go for Auxerre because I have to fade Montpellier as the bet of the week. I mean, they're just in shocking form. 1.75. If you look around, maybe you can find higher. Like I say, yesterday was 1.85. So Auxerre to win is my bet of the week.
I like that bet. I like that bet as well. That's the one
Okay,
that juicy sold to me the most this week as well.
Okay, Rob, that brings us to the end of the pod. Nice and punchy today. Let me just
Might
give
be the
a
shortest one yet.
probably we are almost always like 1 hour, 1 hour 10 minutes. It's not often we're shorter than an hour, and I think today might be the first time in a long time. But it doesn't matter if we're picking winners. And let's just recap those winners, hopefully. FA Cup, lean from me on Brighton. Then we have Spain. We went for a double with Athletic Bilbao and Barcelona at just under evens, 1.9. Freiburg in Germany, even money against the Pack of Rebels Union Berlin. Italy, we've got AS Roma, Rob's bet of the week, but also an official pick by myself, 1.85. They're the team in form in Italy and have not let us down. Also, Rob likes Bologna. Bologna in Serie A as well, playing away at Venezia, 1.8. Then we go down to France, and my bet of the week, Auxerre, 1.75, hopefully a bit higher, against the worst team in Ligue 1 Montpellier. And Portugal, we find Braga a little bit shorter, 1.65. But there are picks for the weekend. Rob, where can people find us?
Wow. First, you keep on getting better with those recaps. So my
What
I
can I
take my
say?
hat off.
What can I say? Let's just hopefully that they're actually winners. That would be nice.
Yeah, yeah, but it's good. It's getting there. We're getting there, so it's going well. But people can find us across almost every platform. For our podcast, you can listen to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or you can listen to it on YouTube. If you want to have a little bit more engagement on the social media platforms, you can find us on X. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. And just type in the betting connection, find the white clover, and then that's us.
Okay, that is us. And we should be recording some bite sized pods as well to break down the plays into individual picks, or maybe we see something closer to the weekend that we haven't seen already, and we will get that out there for you to listen to. Whatever you do, guys, have an amazing weekend. Please let us know what you think. Let us know what you're betting on this weekend. And I wish you all the best of luck. Let's try and take down those bookies. Ciao for now.
Happy bet things.